What's going on, Thotty University? It's your girl, Thotiana Dixon. Yeah, that's her name. And if you know me, you're nasty. You're probably wondering, where am I? I'm at the Escape Key Studios right here in Atlanta, Georgia, because I had something super special for you guys. Playboy's New Orleans. And guess what? We got all the tea and all the scoop that you're probably asking. I have some special guests that are going to help me break this shit down. Make sure that you like, comment, and share, because best believe I'm gonna meet you there. Your girl be in the comments. And if you love what I'm serving and love how I give it, hit that subscribe button so you're always notified when I upload. Class, let's begin. So excited to introduce this new Playboy's cast member. He made a lot of waves this season, and you guys are going to love him. I know I already do. The adorable Landon Frost. Come in, baby.
Hey, how are you?
What's going on?
I'm good.
Guys, you know the face.
Y'all know the face.
Mr. Troublemaker over here.
Troublemaker, Mr. Loverboy. You know, real Playboy in the motherfucking building.
Okay, let's get it. Like, I have so much to ask you. So I brought some cards. Okay, first and foremost, I don't know if I want to get into old drama and catch them up, or new drama and go back. I think old drama first.
Okay.
So guys, if you remember, the first time we kind of seen Landon was at South Central Playboy's reunion.
Yeah, season 1.
Season 1.
Yeah.
Now, we saw him in a situation. He was unfortunately putting the paws and feet on Ant.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, my eye, the infamous my eye, I had to fuck him up real quick.
Oh, God. Okay, take us through that, because I just need to know, how did it go from you being there attending to watch a show to you beating him down with Dully?
Initially, I was out there in Miami because Playboys was supposed to have an all-white party. So I was gonna attend the all-white party, but I ended up getting a call from production saying, you know, here's the address to the premiere. Here's the address to the reunion, you know, pull up. So I know when I got there that me and him was gonna have an issue because we was already arguing online. We was already saying this. Me and Ann, we was cool, we was cordial, we used to be friends, and we all was staying together at a house. Okay, it was some content creators there, it was some boys that was potentially trying to get on the network, and ended up having a situation where he gave one of the boys oral sex when he was asleep.
Stop. Pause.
Run that back, Holiday.
Let's run that back. Ant is straight. So what are we talking about?
Incorrect. He's gay. Maybe bisexual. I don't want to say he's gay.
Okay.
I don't want to put any labels on anybody, but he likes men as well.
Has Ant ever came forward and said this? Because I
don't really think it's a secret anymore. I think he's pretty much got comfortable with it, especially like, you know, with him making outbursts on live and stuff like that. I don't really think it's much of a secret anymore, especially, you know, after our Bad Blood episode and things of that nature. I don't really think it's a secret anymore. I wouldn't really consider him, you know, to be in the closet.
Okay, so rewind. You're in a house and you said he
gave somebody oral sex when they was asleep. So when
non-consensual.
Correct.
Oh, okay. So now we got another claim. So it was just
that's
super serious.
Really big thing. I guess they were saying this, they were saying that. So, you know, allegedly, he was giving oral sex to somebody that was in the house. So after that, I told another cast member that worked for the network as well. And, you know, me and her was cool, and she ended up getting into it with Ann. So, of course, you know, the first thing she jabbed at was, you know, the new tee she had on him. So that caused me and him to have an issue. So, of course, you know, I'm the type of person, if I say something, I'm going to stand on it. Whether it's this little or this big. Like, it could have been simple. I said what I said, so that's just what it was. So we going back and forth on social media or whatever. He don't really know me like that, so I don't think he really knew, like, I really come to your reunion to beat your ass in front of everybody, and I'm not gonna give a fuck who jump in.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Are you and Dully friends?
No, me and Dully aren't friends. I think a lot of people have the misconception that me and Dully were friends and I was brought there for him or his backup or something like that, and that's not what happened. Dully, honestly, he jumped in that fight with me and Ant because Ant had just jumped him, on the stage. I feel like that was a moment for him to get his lick back with him. I don't think it was like, oh, let me protect Landon or let me help Landon, because me and him had fought previously. So it's like, why would he be helping somebody that he fought? It just happened like that. And when I turned around and when I looked at him, it was just like, in the course of the moment, it was just like, okay, you good, you're not on that, because if he was on that, he would have been hitting me and at the same time. So,
which would have been a bad mistake.
I didn't really have nothing much to say about it, but I saw the comments and a lot of people did think that we was like cool or we knew each other before then or we was some type of duo, but that's not the case.
Got it. That clears up a lot, because after that, we then see both you and Dully will be on this new season. So I'm kind of like, oh, so, okay, it's going to be a lot of drama because Ant is on the new season. You and Dully are on the new season. I'm thinking it's going to be a time.
No, Ant wasn't on the new season. He just...
Playboys New Orleans.
No, he didn't make the cut.
Man, and stop.
I mean, you want me to be honest?
I see him in the trailer.
Yeah, he was in the trailer. He was hosting an auction for some of the Playboys to go home. But that was just his 30 seconds. He didn't make the cuts. This season is really, really tough. So a lot of the boys from last season, I don't really think they would be able to handle the pressure of being in season 2 house.
So let me ask you a question, because we're going to, from the reunion to now, season 2, Playboys New Orleans, how did that happen? How did you get on the show? I didn't see you at the auditions. Yeah. Oh, no, you were at the auditions.
I wasn't at the auditions.
Was it? Yeah. So how did you get in the house?
Honestly, no, I wouldn't say I got it like that. I feel like the network and Isaiah and Zoe and the production, I feel like they pretty much knew that I was TV. I had a good personality. They know that I was going to come in and be capable of doing everything they knew I was going to do, and it didn't require audition. I feel like the auditions were for some of the people that they had to pick, and they didn't know what they were bringing to the table. I was already working with the network. I had already did Bad Blood. I had already did the reunion. I had already previously filmed a show called The Big Three, so it was like they already knew what I was capable of. And me personally, I wasn't going to come audition. I didn't feel like I had to. Okay. I felt like, if they want me, they're going to come get me. And that's what happened. So, thank God, and I appreciate the opportunity that they did give me.
Yeah. Okay. So I have a few questions for you. Fun. Keeping it light and fun, because it got real. Woo. Okay.
Oh, you got me nervous. I'm sorry, y'all. No. I don't know if she's finna get us some tea, or I don't know if she's finna, catch me off guard.
I don't know if you know or not, but who from season 1... It's a 2-in-1, so it's a double whammy. Who from season 1 was invited back for season 2 but declined, and who wanted to come back to season 2 but was refused? Answer one at a time.
You want me to answer the first one, or you want me to answer the second question first?
The second one. I want the tea.
Who was trying to come back that didn't make the cut? If we're being honest, and I know DJ was trying to get back on. I know Papa was trying to get back on. Pretty much, most of the boys that was on the previous season, most of them wanted to come back. The only remaining cast members from season 1 is Cashy and Dully. But Maul is the host, which was the winner of season 1.
Well, we want to get into Maul's situation, because it seems like, yeah, he the host, but he popping. Like, he's fighting.
Yeah, he is fighting.
Okay, so... All right, so basically you're saying everyone from season 1 wanted to come back, but the only people that were granted was Cashy and Dully.
Yeah. I think Mac was, offered the position as well to come back. I just don't think he was willing to do it anymore.
Okay,
I think
he refused. So he's one.
Yeah, I think
that was
he refused
offered to come
come
back, but he refused.
Yeah, I think he was just in a mindset of like, he just don't want to be in that type of environment right now.
That's odd.
I would probably I wouldn't say odd. I take it as this.
Because the other shows
when they did the original season, nobody knew what it was gonna be.
That's true.
So coming into season 2, you got a lot of people that came in the house and we had motives. They had motives like, okay, I'm gonna fuck with this person. I'm gonna fuck with that person. And when you already coming from being on the season and being a fan favorite, you automatically got a target on your back. So if I was him and I was already a host on another show and I did my season, I was a star on my season 1. Went to Deja Vu, went to Zodiac House. I wouldn't have, personally did it either.
It makes sense. And he is a fan favorite. He was number 4, I think, on that top 20 thing.
Yeah.
The top 20 cast members. But we're going to get into that.
Okay.
On this season, how many guys are you going to get into it with?
On this season, how many guys? Yeah, I do got to count. Because it was quite a few.
Man.
I'm sorry. I think I get under a lot of people's skin unintentionally.
So we know you get into it with Treacherous Twins. So that counts as
of course. Yeah, they're a package deal.
Okay, 2 for 1. So the Treacherous Twins, that's 2. Who else?
Dully.
Oh God.
Of course. I think I just want to leave the rest for y'all to see.
Okay, you're going to have to watch the show for the rest.
I'm going to say Dully and the Twins because it's been on the blogs. I'm not really leaking nothing on the show because they didn't really put a lot of things that happened in the trailer, but a lot of bitches got checked and a lot of bitches got slapped. And a lot of bitches are going to continue to get slapped.
Okay. So what is, without giving too much, the primary issue between you and the Treacherous Twins?
It's not really no like deep rooted issue. I don't really know them. Like, I don't know their real name. I don't really know them like that. We don't really know each other. But the issue that I had initially with Q was after Playboy's reunion finished, they were cool. We was all cool. And I ended up inviting Q to Atlanta. I invited Q to Atlanta and I wanted him to come out to a boxing match. And I think it was like a Now That's TV weekend. It was like a party, an office party. Now, mind you, a lot of people know that these events are kind of like hard to get into if you don't know somebody that knows somebody or you ain't plugged in with somebody. So I kind of felt like, me and you went to the reunion. I'm already around these people. Shit, I know you want to get on the network. Shit, I'm going to bring you around too. Like, I fuck with you. Like, you my friend. I consider you a friend now. I'm introducing you to people. You talking to Isaiah. He's potentially thinking about putting you on shows. And then we got around this dude that I was dealing with that he was aware of. And he tried to sleep with him. So after that, it was just like, it was a throw off, Like, it's not really too much pressure on the niggas. I ain't gonna go around like I just be beefing with people over niggas. But once you rub me the wrong way one time, I just see what kind of person you is. So I just like distance myself. And then he came, he contacted me. He was like, why you keeping your distance? I told him I don't owe you an explanation. And it just escalated from there.
That's fair. At the time, you said you were dealing with another gentleman, and
this was before I was ever dealing with Isaiah. I was dealing with another gentleman, and I invited Q to his house
because that's gonna be a bomb. So you mess with Isaiah, that's confirmed. You are.
I mean, y'all watched the show. Y'all seen the trailer, so I'm pretty sure y'all gonna see it when it's come out. But
okay. So okay, and Dully. What is your issue with Dully?
My issue with Dully was when I first came around, I feel like I was a hot commodity at the moment. Like, a lot of people was talking about me. They was wondering who I was.
They were, though. They really were.
And I don't want to say that and try to seem cocky or like I'm bigger than what I am, like I'm bigger than the program. But I feel like, that's a natural statement to say. A lot of people was, trying to figure out who I was and, where did I come from? What show was I on? And I felt like he kind of seen me as competition. And me and him ended up getting into it. So we ended up getting into it because I said that he was soft. Because when I watched the episode, a solo punching him and he didn't fight back, I felt like he was a pussy.
But Landon, here's the thing. That was his friend. He was hurt. He was more heartbroken, I believe.
I just want... How do you define a friend? Because honestly, from both parties, I've heard solo side, I've heard Dully side. And you can't... necessarily meet somebody through social media, through an app, through a group chat, and we text in back and forth, but I don't really know you. I can't consider you my friend because I don't know you. You don't know my real name. You don't know nothing about me. I don't know nothing about you. So when they got in that house, everybody was in there. They were strangers. The durations of filming are usually 7 days. Dully was only there 3 days. So you telling me what friendship can you bond within 48 hours? So for you to feel like if somebody hits you that you're not going to fight them back. Anybody hit me, I'm going to hit you back. Anybody. It wouldn't have mattered. Like, it could have been a real life. It could have been a real life, friend that I grew up with from a small adolescent child to, an adult. But if you punch me the way that he was socked and his shit on national TV, on a streaming platform, this shit then went viral, you should have fought back. Or when you came back to the beach, you shouldn't have came back with mace because you didn't get maced. You got popped in your shit. So you should have came back and popped him in his shit. So he didn't like my response, and I told him I didn't give a fuck, and I told him we can link up and we can fight, and that's what it was. And we linked up and we fought, and after I fought him, they jumped me. And they beat me with bats. Some dudes, some Atlanta gays that he run with or whatever. But it's like, I ain't pressed up by that jumping shit. Like, I done been in 1,000,001 fights. I done been jumped.
So I'm going to ask a question. You're saying that when Dully and Solo was in that house, that was the first time they had met each other face to face?
Yes, that was the first time they had met each other face to face. Now, I know from looking on TV that you would probably think like they had a bond previously. And that's a lot of times people watch us film these shows and they don't know that these shows are filmed for 7 days. A lot of us have never been around each other. Now, what bond you form in the house is different, but to call somebody your friend that you just met, it's crazy, I feel like you're putting a lot of expectations on somebody that's a stranger. So when he hit you, you should have popped back off. I feel like it's only right. You didn't defend yourself, so you can't convince me to make me feel like you hard. Because if he was hard,
you're right.
He would have knew that.
Yeah. I just always thought that they had, because that's what he said. He said, you're my friend.
Mm-hmm. It's just editing and the way stuff can be interpreted through a TV, because a lot of things isn't shown. I'm pretty sure like a lot of these people y'all see on shows, y'all don't know that they like Legacy and Melanie for a chance. I'm not sure if you watched The Young and Reckless, but that was their first time meeting when they got on the show. But now they have an incredible bond after the show. They never knew each other prior, but what if that situation wouldn't have happened or they would have had a physical altercation with each other? I'm sure she probably wouldn't have felt like, you're my friend. It's like, I don't know you. I just met you. We're forming a bond. I don't know you for real. So when he popped on you, you should have still had, that mindset like, hey, I'm on a reality TV show. It's like drama based. Like, it's gays. It's liquor. Expect the unexpected.
Especially at that point, because at that point, several fights had went down.
Yeah, and you done been in several fights before that. So what made you feel like a bitch punched you in your face and you cried on TV? And went home, like that, and I'm not allowed to call you a bitch, a pussy.
Okay, so now that we've kind of like got 2 of your beefs and caught up with season 1, now let's roll into season 2. So within season 2, without giving too much, what would you say is the wildest thing that happened season 2? Like, what is the audience?
I think the wildest thing I seen on season 2 was probably Solid getting his ear bit off.
Whoa!
And I can talk about that because that's in the trailer. I'm sure all you guys have seen it. Solid screaming and yelling. Yes.
Is that the one that's saying, take me to
the fucking hospital? Yeah, he got his ear bit off. It really get down like that.
Wait a minute. So I did a review on the trailer, but I don't know if they showed who it was. Do we know who it is that did it?
No, y'all don't know who
it is. Don't tell. Oh my.
So I know everybody's really excited to see that, but that probably was the craziest thing I saw.
Mike Tyson situation.
We had some it was bad. That was probably the most craziest thing I ever seen in my life, and this is in a controlled environment on a show.
That's the thing. What would you say now that you've done it? What's the security situation?
Security is
one of the main reasons why I would be too.
I don't really think it's a security situation. I just feel like a lot of these boys, they underestimate people. And I feel like they come on these shows and it starts to feel like, summer camp. It starts to feel like a trip. And you have to understand that a lot of these boys, we're here to do a job. We're here to give the network content. That's why we get paid. That's why we get flown out. So at any given moment, a motherfucker could be looking for that content off you. So just keep your eyes open.
Where are you and what is going through your mind when that man's ear got bit off?
When he got his ear bit off, I was like, yeah, this shit getting real. But what I can say is the boy that bit his ear, he was scared.
He didn't want to fight.
He didn't want.
And let me tell y'all something. That gentleman, he was at Playboy's Atlanta auditions, fucking shit up. So I would see why this person that bit him was scared, because he was.
And I can say, honestly, a lot of the boys coming into the house, probably they can see it from just watching the episodes. A lot of the boys were scared of Solid. A lot of the boys did not want that smoke with Solid. Like, they didn't want to fade him. They just didn't want to. You know, they probably just didn't want to, you know, get beat up. Or, you know, they didn't want to take them punches. Because, you know, it's not guaranteed what's going to happen. I think people just be underestimating themselves. But the dude that bit off Solid ear, I feel like he was a little intimidated by Solid. So he kept telling Solid, I'm going to fuck you up. We're going to fight, but when we fight, I'm going to fuck you up. And I was listening to what he's saying. When people got to understand, when somebody telling you something like that, you better believe him. Because a scary motherfucker will kill you.
Because how you know you going to fuck
Like, how you know you going to... Are you planning on fucking me up? That's what you got in your head? And he bit his ear off. And Solid is probably going to remember that fight for the rest of his life.
Absolutely. So wait a minute. Does he leave? Oh, we don't even need to know. Did he ever get to the hospital?
Yeah, he did receive medical attention. He was stitched up and stuff like that. But he did get to the hospital, because I know everybody in the trailer probably watching like, did y'all let this motherfucker go to the hospital? The nigga got to the hospital and got patched up.
Again, because I need to act. What is the security situation though? How does
security? Okay, we have 24-hour security, so it's basically like shifts, like 12 hours, and it's a lot of guards. Like, it be security, but you got to understand they do have a job, and when we do have our squabbles, because most of the time, you know, they know when we're gonna fight.
Between Zeus and Now That's TV,
it's real raw over here.
I literally have seen security be like, no, let him go. Okay, now stop him.
They gonna let us get our issue
sometimes too, but like. Now That's TV be letting y'all scrap.
You really gotta know what you're doing.
Yeah, we're gonna fight.
You really gotta know what you're doing to be able to, you know, handle.
Better know what you're doing.
I'm gonna say, I wouldn't say shows, because a lot of shows aren't as like intense and influential as Isaiah's. You know, for you to be on a show like South Central or anything South Central, anything that Isaiah do, you gotta know how to handle yourself.
And South Central's is in like season 5, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. I love it. Okay, I got another one. How did you feel about the top 20 that Now That's TV put out? You're on the top 20.
Yes, I am on the top 20. I was number 13 actually.
How do you feel? Did you feel that was the right number?
I did feel like I was placed at the right number. I feel like my number was accurate. I feel like I deserve my number as well, because a lot of these boys can't really say they built a fan base for themselves without actually being on the season. And I don't think people understand how hard it is to stay relevant in such a competitive, you know, atmosphere. You know, it's so many different shows. Now That's TV got probably like 200, 300 cast members. So, you know, for me just to be one of the many of the minority to be on the list and to be recognized, I felt good. You know, I felt like I deserved it. I put in a lot of work. I don't think people, you know, see the outside of what goes on.
Let me ask you a question. Because we're going, and you better stand on business. Who you think shouldn't have been on that list? Do you think there's a person on that list that shouldn't have been on that list?
If I had to, I feel like Ant didn't deserve to be on the list. Honestly.
You know what?
And I'll say this, because I'm going to be very fair, because it's not that, you know, I beat this bitch up or anything like that. I'm not pressured up or nothing, you know, because, you know, I win my fights. I only say Ant because the list was based off the month of April. The list was based off of social media presence, business with the network as well. You know, a lot of these people like me, I filmed Greek Life and I filmed Playboys. I filmed 2 seasons within 30 days. A lot of these people only film 1 season a year. So my business with them was done. My social media presence is there. And you know, you peep with people so you can get posted on the blogs, but you haven't been booked. You haven't been booked since, you know, Bad Blood. So it's just like, I don't feel like he deserved it over people like Queen D. Queen D just did business with the network. She did Greek Life. She did a boxing match. She has a big situation going on with Naj on the blogs, all over the blogs. I feel like that spot could have went to Queen D.
Yeah, I don't
feel like nobody checking for
on there. She was. How do you feel about that? Her being on live crying about not making the list. I felt so bad.
I think a lot of people adorable. Probably was like, felt like she was making a fool out of herself, but you got to understand she didn't put in a lot of work from being with them since coming up LA when the production was low before they ever knew now that TV was going to be this big. Yeah. So it's like, you know, she stayed down till they was up and she's consistently putting in the work. You know, she just did a boxing match. She just did Greek Life. She probably going to be on more shows. I understand her frustration, but I think everybody got to understand that this is motivation for you to go harder. Yeah. It just goes to show you that they watching, and it's a scoreboard.
Who won the season? This is another 2 for 1. Who won the season 2 that you just loved the most besides Isaiah? Or like friendship wise, that
I really, really love Kai Benz. Kai Benz is probably gonna be a fan favorite this season. He did his thing. I really, really love D Scott, and I would have to say Trez. So me, Trezane, D Scott, and Kyle, we're like a package deal.
So you're saying those when it comes to you 4?
Yeah. When it comes down to it, me, D Scott, Kai Benz, and Trezane is big drama. Like every time y'all book me with them hoes, it's gonna be big drama. I swear to God, they're my dogs. I love them. I actually grew to form a bond with them 3. You know.
With that being said, who did you hate the most on season 2? Couldn't stand them.
If I had to pick somebody that I really, really couldn't stand, it's a hard one because a lot of the boys I actually didn't have an issue with. Okay.
Even I'm gonna say you're not gonna say you can't stand him.
I'm not gonna say I can't stand him because that would mean like he bothers me. You get what I'm saying? Like I feel like when you say you can't stand somebody, I feel like that means they get under your skin. You know, they irritate you. I could walk in a room with Dully and be at peace because he doesn't intimidate me. It's like, you here, I'm here, you know, we just here.
I love that. I love that. We got a sneak peek at, I believe it was the Treacherous Twins and Maul.
Yeah.
What's happening right there?
So that issue came about because you know, when in the snippet you hear him say, you know, Landon, this is Landon's friend, D Scott is Landon's friend. So when he said D Scott is Landon's friend, he's referring to about 20 minutes before that, me and D Scott beat the fuck out of him in the hallway. And we jumped him. And King Maul had to put pause on Save him.
Getting yourself involved in a jumping situation. You live for a mean jump.
I live for a mean jump. I live for a mean jump, and I feel like it's karma, you know. As they seen, you know, they jumped me in a photo shoot. So once me and Q caught our 2 fades, head up, we fought, we squabbled it out, you know, you couldn't whip me. You jumped me in a photo shoot. So now it's like, in my head, for me being from where I come from and how my mindset is, now I'm gonna jump you every chance I get.
Period.
Since you want to play ball, now we gonna play ball. Because you didn't have no sympathy for them boys on the miniseries when y'all was jumping them. So why should I have sympathy for you?
Period.
So yes, King Maul jawed that bitch in his face. And a lot of people was asking, you know, why did he hit the one that wasn't talking? Y'all a package deal, right? So whichever one of you motherfuckers I can get to first. Because they came on there, they thought they was Danny and Gabby. They thought they were the Claremont twins. And they thought they were stars, and they gave rhinestones.
I recently saw that, I don't know which one it was. I believe it was Quez. That one of their names is Quez.
Yeah, I think Q, Quez, something like that.
Don't do that, man. You know better than me, and I'm being serious. His name is Quez.
Q.
Q. But his real name is Quez, right?
I'm not sure.
I think his IG says Playboy Quez, but...
whatever your name is.
Stop. Okay, so he said he will not be at the premiere. And he
or the reunion.
What is going on? How do you feel about that?
This is how I feel about it. It was a show before you, and it's gonna be a show after you. You know, you don't make or break no show.
Well, he said it ain't no reunion without the Treacherous Twins. That's what he said. His words, not mine.
Well, we're just gonna see if it's a reunion without the Treacherous Twins. Cause one thing about me, can't no motherfucker get under my skin that bad to make me stop a bag.
I know that's right.
The whole reunion could want to fight me, and I'm gonna be there. Cause I'm coming. I'm gonna get on my Delta flight. I'm gonna get on my Delta flight. I'm gonna come get my check, and I'm gonna run my phase. And it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. I feel like a lot of people, he be making demands and stuff like that. You're not doing nothing but blocking your blessings. You understand? Because you moving like you really make or break a show. When in reality, you know, the show must go on as it would do for a movie set. I mean, have you never heard of understudies? You don't think it's 100 other boys that's ready to come do what you did? Because at the end of the day, you stood in line in the freezing cold and you fought and you auditioned to be here. So you seen how many motherfuckers wanted this opportunity. So you saying you not coming, what that mean? That don't mean nothing. They can just go find somebody else to do what you sat in line to come do. I didn't have to sit in line.
Landon. Now, so we're gonna play a game. It's called This or That. It's fun. Just to kind of get in your head a little bit. Okay. So when I say this or that, I'm gonna name 2 businesses, people, foods. It doesn't matter, and you just say which one you prefer. Okay. McDonald's or Wendy's?
McDonald's.
Okay. Cardi or Nicki?
Nicki. I'm a Barb.
Megan or Nicki?
Nicki.
Lotto or Nicki?
Nicki.
It's always gonna be Nicki.
It's always gonna be Nicki.
Period. Okay. Well, I think I know the answer to this one. Playboy 1 or Playboy 2?
Playboy season 1.
Really? Even though you wasn't there, you lived for season 1.
I feel like Playboy season 1 was more authentic and real. I feel like season 2, it was a lot of tryhards. Like, it was a lot of clout chasing. It was a lot of, you know.
I can see that.
You gotta, and I say that only because, you know, people see the impact that Isaiah shows give out. You understand? They love the Playboys. They was watching them before they got on the show. So majority of the boys that's on season 2, they was on season 1. They see what they want, and they're not trying to reenact it. They're trying to top it. So when you're competing, it just don't hit the same as when we just here doing it.
Okay. Big Mac or Big Mall?
I mean, ooh,
that's a good one.
I'm gonna have to go with Mac.
All right, Big Mac, not the little one. East Coast or West Coast? Well, okay.
I'm from the East Coast, but I love the West Coast. Like, I love their vibe, their lingo, their food.
Yeah, I was.
But I'm repping the East.
Loved it. Well, but now that's TV people. What you got going on, and you know, and maybe.
So for all you people at home watching, I do have a clothing brand called Bad to the Bone. I know y'all seen that viral video of me when I told y'all I'm bad to the bone and these niggas wanna fuck me. So I got y'all merch. I got that coming out. You know, I got Playboys New Orleans about to come out. Then right after that, y'all gonna see me back again on Now That's TV, right back on Greek Life, whooping ass some more. And, you know, hopefully in the future, y'all will see me some more.
We love to hear it, Landon. Thank you so much for being here. You are the cutest,
thank you so much for having me
ever in the world. And, you know, if ever I'm in Florida or you're in New York, we got to link. We got to link.
Period.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye, y'all.
Bye. You like that last video? Well, the good news is I got plenty more right here on YouTube. Just hit the subscribe button so you're always notified when I upload to my channel. That's right. Binge watch the out of me.